Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jacob Doodle here. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. Well, things are looking a little bit different here. Welcome to Canucks news you might have missed. And I thought this was going to be a really, really short one because all we really had was Tolopilo and we had Jett. So first of all, on Tolopilo, right into it, Nikita had a good year in development in Abbotsford, said Patrick Alvin. He worked hard on his game, and he took a step forward in becoming a better pro. We will continue to work with him to provide the best path forward for both the player and the organization. So he got a one-year deal. And of course, we had Jett, who had he had a 2-year deal. And Jett had a 1-year deal. These are both two ways. And basically, Alvin said Jett was a key member of our playoff run in Abbotsford. Logging those minutes in the playoffs should help him become a better player and leader moving forward. It's an experience he can build on this fall to the start of next season. So yes, we had a couple of signings, and I thought that was going to be it, and this would be a 1-minute video. By the way, it's not. We actually had some news come in here pretty late here. So on Sekeres and Price, and our man with the recap, Canucks news summaries, once again, we did have some news. So it's interesting. We have some little rumors here. And by the way, on Jett and Tolopilo, both were great. Now, Jett especially was really good for Abby in the playoffs, and it was nice to see him kind of get a little bit of an extension here and a little bit of a signing. So he stays here in Vancouver. He's a fan favorite, and I'm really happy about that. So let's get to the other news. Trade chatter leading up to the draft and free agency. This is from David Pagnotta, and behind the scenes activity was high. A lot of talk going back and forth. Thought there would be more activity after the Noah Dobson trade. The night before the draft, the Canucks were trying hard to acquire a forward. Every team was shopping their draft pick, but nothing transpired. Yes, this was actually kind of odd because a lot of people did think there was going to be a hell of a lot more activity. There'd be a lot more kind of just in general, just money kind of thrown around, but nothing really happened. There's a lot of teams that still have a lot of cap space. It's kind of odd. So Canucks offered for Marco Rossi. It was a 15th overall and a roster player, but doesn't get the sense it was Joshua. Thinks Joshua might have been involved in a separate trade because he has been shopped apparently. Heard 4 years at $6 million was the proposed offer and would have taken more. If that was the offer, it's not the worst offer in the world. Again, Granlund, older guy. I don't know if that's the right target. Wasn't overly interested in coming to Vancouver. Well, that's not nice. Good. Then he's not here. That's fine. Trade landscape. Penguins are in full sell mode. Sharks are trying to move at least one of their defensemen. Expect to see trade activity over the summer. Canadians are very active but comfortable with Kirby Dach as their number 2 center. So just some news around the league. I guess the Penguins haven't really went. Like Rust hasn't been traded all. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they still have a few guys to trade there, and we're going to be making a crazy hot take video a little bit later on in the week too. So we hope you guys enjoy that one. So Marco Rossi, Wild will hold tight. Huge gap in contract expectations. Would rather trade him than give him 7-year at $7 million. That's kind of old news now. Marco Rossi is apparently asking for 7.7. I don't think he's going to get that. I still think he's going to get traded, and hopefully to the Vancouver Canucks, that would be pretty much ideal. Bowen Byram thinks the Canucks are done trying to acquire him. Well, we have no cap. And even if we added Bluger and Joshua, we still wouldn't be able to afford them. And honestly, it never really made sense to begin with. Let's be honest. Sounds like the Sabres had re-engaged to try and acquire Pettersson, and that's how Byram became connected. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. It was in a much bigger package. But again, trading Pettersson and not getting a proper center back wouldn't make any sense. It's still available. Sabres want to upgrade their forwards, prefers a change of scenery. I do think a Byram trade is going to be happening here pretty soon. Shen, haven't heard too much about his availability lately. His name popped up around the draft in connection to the Canadians. Mason McTavish, the guy I really hope the Canucks just still go after. I don't know if it's possible, but that's the guy I really want. Talk about around the league that he's not overly thrilled with the direction of the Ducks. Ducks are not shopping him and doesn't think there's an offer sheet threat. If they're not shopping him, well, then there's that. Would be willing to listen on him, though. I hope they really listen to Vancouver. We do have a lot of good top prospects that we could trade in a trade for Mason McTavish. The obvious one, Willander. And if you want to be kind of crazy here, DPD as well. And we also have a 2026 first unprotected would definitely get Anaheim thinking about it. But I don't think the Canucks would do that considering the obvious reasons. Utah Mammoth, we're willing to trade the fourth in a larger deal for Matthew Barzal. J.G. Pajot's name is out there. So Utah Mammoth trying to just maneuver stuff around. Barzal's another guy in Vancouver a lot of people want. Again, he's a hybrid winger center combo. Is he a true center? Not really. Would be expensive in a trade as well. Would cost a lot along the cap. I like his speed. I just don't know if it makes a lot of sense. We need a true center, in my opinion, personally. Seattle Kraken, Jared McCann is available and are open to moving him. His name started to pop up around the trade deadline. There's a guy we used to have, but we don't anymore. He's really had a decent career, and I would love to have him back. He's an absolute sniper. He's actually pretty gritty, a lot more grittier along the boards than people give him credit for. And he's just a good, solid hockey player, and I think he would do really well in Vancouver. I wouldn't mind, having another shot at him. But what would he cost? Well, that's the thing. Like, what would all these guys cost? We don't have the cap space anymore. We have some assets to trade, and long term, of course, we had Coots there. We drafted him, which was really nice. We drafted pretty much everybody this year when it came to our draft picks. We didn't go out and trade anybody. It's kind of nice for a change to kind of just go out and picking some guys, considering our amateur and trading department has been doing an amazing job. Let's be honest. Look at DPD, man. Like, how in the world did that guy drop? Kudryavtsev, 7th rounder. It's insane. But anyways, that's your Canucks news of the day video. And guys, drop a like. I'd really appreciate it. It does help out the channel. We're just about 2 weeks into the channel. I'm doing some upgrades, as you can probably see. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Cheers. Drop a comment. I want to know what you guys think about the news video. Cheers.